welcome back to Arsenal News TV, and today we're going to look at how Arsenal could line up versus Sheffield United. So we're going to go straight into the formation, and is Mikel going to refer back to the 3-4-3 system, or is he going to stay with the 4-3-2-1? And when it comes to Mikel, he has a big decision when it comes to the formation, because with Kieran Tierney out injured probably until the end of the season, it probably means that Mikel may have to change the system a little bit to maybe fill someone at that left back position, because we do not have a left back that can do exactly what Kieran Tierney can do. So you might have the option to change the 3-4-3 system, but it looks like Mikel would remain with the 4-2-3-1 system, and I think he's going to remain with the 4-2-3-1 formation. And now we're going to go straight into the goalkeeper, and now we're getting into the most important part of the season, and that's the end. And I think Mikel is going to stick with his best goalkeeper now, because there's not opportunities to give other players chances to play, and I think he's a fan favourite when it comes to Bernd Leno, and Bernd Leno himself has admitted that the club have full trust in Bernd Leno, and the fact that they're doing everything they can to make sure that Bernd Leno succeeds. So I think Mikel is going to go with Bernd Leno in goal, and even though Matt Ryan could have a chance to play, but I think in terms of Mikel, he needs this win and he needs these players to have a good confidence in the game versus Slavia Prague. And then we're going to now move on to the left back position, and who is Mikel going to go with? Is he going to go with Bukayo Saka, or is he going to go with Cedric Soares? And I think he's going to go with Cedric Soares, because even though Bukayo Saka could be an option to play in that left back position, I think Mikel has made it clear that Bukayo Saka will be playing in the front three, and he will probably be playing on the right winger role, and I think that Mikel is definitely going to go with Cedric Soares in the left back position. But for me, I'd rather see someone like a Bukayo Saka, but I always want to see that 3-4-3 formation again, because we can have two wing backs and put Saka there. He can do his attacking duties when you have good free centre backs at the behind in the back three. He can also shift and adopt with likes of Granit Xhaka playing in that position when they rotate the squad around and when they're changing formations throughout the game. So we would love to see a 3-4-3 formation, but I'll say how I would like Arsenal to line up versus Sheffield United at the end of this video. We're going to look at now how Mikel will line up Arsenal versus Sheffield United. So we're going to now move on to the left centre-back position, and I think Mikel has two players he can pretty much choose from. I think they're both strong as each other, and they're both as solid as each other. But when it comes to Sheffield United, as we know, they're a very physical side. That means we need a very physical player, and I think that's what Mikel has in his mind. And there is also this talk that Pablo Mari, if he plays a certain number of games every 10 games, Mikel has to pay £1 million to Flamengo. So it looks like Mikel is someone that's probably not going to pay Pablo Mari, with the fact that he's very keen on making changes in the summer transfer window. So I think with the fact that Gabriel Magalhaes has been solid, even though he was a bit shaky at certain moments in the Liverpool game, he has to be someone that has good confidence, then he'll be playing at the best of his abilities. But when he's not in the good form, he's not in the good confidence, and he doesn't have the passion, then he starts to go very shaky, as we clearly saw versus Liverpool. But I think Mikel is going to go with Gabriel Magalhaes, and the fact is that he is a decent player, and hopefully he is someone that can fight in terms of the physical battle, and he has the physicality and the height to do so, and he's someone that can get inside the box when it comes to crosses, and also prevent Sheffield United's balls into the boxes as well. So now we're going to move into the right centre-back position. And is Mikel going to go with Rob Holding, or could he maybe put Pablo Mari in the right centre-back position, or could he maybe play Callum Chambers in the right centre-back position? Because we know for a fact that David Luiz will be out for this game, and you can clearly see that he will be a huge miss for the Gunners, but I think we have decent, adequate replacements for David Luiz in my opinion. And I think Rob Holding can do a job, because I thought in the game versus Slavia Prague, he was putting in nice balls, even though sometimes it was one-off where he does make a huge mistake. But when it comes to his passes to Bukayo Saka to break the lines, I thought he's very good at that. And he's someone that looks calm and composed with the ball. And one thing I really realised from Rob Holding was the fact that he was very vocal. And he was telling the players to move, telling the players to make a run, to telling the players to do certain actions. And you can clearly see that Rob Holding is trying to learn from David Luiz and replicate what he can do, which is talk a lot more and be a leader when it comes to the game and be a leader on that pitch. So I think Rob Holding is probably going to start in terms of Mikel Arteta. I would love to see the likes of Pablo Mari given a chance, but I think Rob Holding is someone that Mikel Arteta admires, and someone that's been given a long stay at the club with a new 4-year deal. So he's someone that's probably going to be starting in terms of Mikel Arteta's right centre-back. Now we're going to move to the right back position, and this is where you're going to have a lot of question. Is Mikel Arteta going to go with the likes of Hector Bellerin, or is he going to go with Callum Chambers? And those are the two players pretty much he can pick from, because Cedric Suarez is now going to be playing in the left back position, and hopefully, as I mentioned, hopefully you can make those overlapping runs and put the balls with your left foot. Don't be scared to play with your weaker foot, because you're a footballer at the end of the day. You learnt the basics to use both feet, and make sure you put a good balls into the box. Because I thought even at one moment when Cedric Suarez easily lost the ball, he put a nice ball into the box and everyone just missed it. And I think he still can offer a little bit of what Kieran Tierney is, and if he offer what little bit of Kieran Tierney does, then I think that's a lot in my opinion. So in terms of the right back position, is it Callum Chambers or is it Hector Bellerin? And I think Mikel Arteta is going to definitely go with Hector Bellerin in the game versus Slavia Prague. And with the fact that Callum Chambers being back into contention, as Arsenal confirmed that he will be available for selection, I think Mikel Arteta is going to go with Callum Chambers, with the fact that someone that has the opportunity, has an audition to play versus Slavia Prague, and I think he can take the opportunity with both his fingers and both his hands. So I think Callum Chambers may be starting in terms of Mikel Arteta. I like to see Hector Bellerin there as well, but we all know what Hector Bellerin can offer when it comes to the negative side, and why not give Callum Chambers a go? If he plays really well, then he's someone that can probably start in terms of Mikel Arteta's plans. And when it comes to Hector Bellerin, someone that's even Fabrizio Romano has claimed that he will be leaving this summer. He's 90 to 95% sure that he will be leaving this summer. So why play a person that doesn't have the full commitment, the right intention, the right passion, the right commitment, and why not play someone that's fighting for the position, someone that can want to get contract extension, and someone Mikel Arteta will probably want to play just so it can increase his transfer value. And why not input Callum Chambers? If he plays good, he has a good opportunity to play versus Slavia Prague in the game on Thursday. Now, in terms of the left centre-mid position, is someone that I think is becoming a regular starter for the Gunners, in my opinion. Is he going to go with him? That's a big question, because when it comes to Mikel Arteta, he's something that I've seen very clear is that he's a very big fan favourite when it comes to Granit Xhaka. And I think he's definitely going to play in that left centre-mid position. Someone that's been under Mikel Arteta for a very long time, someone that knows Mikel Arteta's system, someone that knows how to fight for Mikel Arteta, and someone that will want to try his best, and someone that wants to put all his effort when it comes to playing in that position. And why not give Miguel Aziz an opportunity as well, because he's someone that's been in the training sessions recently. He's also been in the training session with the game today, in the training session today, and someone that can obviously get opportunity. I would love to see him there, maybe even given 15, 10, 20 minutes in the substitute, in my opinion, would be something that would like to see. But if Mikel Arteta wants to go full bold like he did by dropping Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang off, why not go full bold and put Miguel Aziz in that left centre mid position? But I think Mikel Arteta is going to go with Granit Xhaka, and the pure reason is the fact that he is someone that Mikel Arteta can rely on, someone that can do what you tell him to do, and someone that can pretty much know the system, someone that knows Mikel Arteta pretty much inside out, and someone that can offer a lot when it comes to physicality, someone that knows the game very well now because he's very experienced, and someone that can command other players on what to do. And now we're going to move on to the right centre position, and Mikel Arteta has a few options in my opinion, but not very adequate options. You got the likes of El Neni, you got Dani Ceballos, you got the likes of Miguel Aziz, maybe, and we could have said Joe Willock, but he's out at Newcastle performing very well. So we got these three players pretty much Mikel Arteta can choose from, and then you got the main man, Thomas Partey. So it looks like Mikel Arteta may go with Mohamed El Neni. If he's taking the game seriously, if he's taking it on seriously, I'm thinking, okay, the game against Slavia Prague is a big game. We have to win that game, in my opinion. It's a must win if Mikel Arteta wants to remain in this job, in my opinion. But all the time, I think in the back of my mind, I think Arsenal have hundreds and thousands of problems, in my opinion. And I think Mikel Arteta is not one of them, in my opinion, really, because any manager you might have a good bounce back straight away, and then we're going to go back into a dip of form. And keep telling you, because we don't want to copy what Chelsea are doing. We got this passion of relying on long-term managers like Arsene Wenger. He's done it 22 years now. And Mikel Arteta could be the man, but I think there's certain decisions he has to make. If you're going to put certain players, put them on, and don't make your bias overrule the fact and overshadow those opportunities for the youngsters, for those players such as Gabriel Martinelli, that really his bias is something that is letting him fail, in my opinion. And make the bold decision. If you think Aubameyang was poor, take him off. And that's something I really enjoyed, because I thought he was going to be biased about that situation, but now he has to make the right decisions, in my opinion. It's very crucial. If Mikel Arteta makes the right decisions, then we can hopefully see some success, but we have to now win this game versus Slavia Prague. And to be honest, I am really scared, and I'm really nervous and really apprehensive. So in terms of the right centre mid position, in my opinion, Dani Ceballos doesn't get an opportunity at all. It's either El Neni or Thomas Partey, and I think Mikel Arteta is going to go with Thomas Partey. And the fact is that Thomas Partey is someone that's going to be in the squad for a very long time, and Mikel Arteta keeps stating that we're going to build around him and other key players such as Kieran Tierney, Bukayo Saka, Bert Leno, maybe Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. So we have to build around them, and I think Thomas Partey is going to be a mainstay in midfield, and he's someone that has a talent, but now he has to just get a run of games going and then start to do what he was doing at Atletico for a very long time and implement it in his games for Arsenal. So in terms of the left winger position, who is Mikel Arteta going to go with? He has the likes of many players he can put in. He got the likes of Gabriel Martinelli. He got the likes of Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang he can play there. He got the likes of Willian. So he has a lot of players who can play in that left winger position. But for me, I think Mikel Arteta might go with Nicolas Pepe, because he has recently mentioned the fact that Nicolas Pepe has been playing very well, and he was praising the fact that Nicolas Pepe was someone that he was able to come on in that 10-15 minutes and get a goal, and an all-important goal in my opinion. And he also claimed the fact that he's the top goal scorer and assist when it comes to both combined for as a winger. So why not go with Nicolas Pepe in my opinion? And that's what I think Mikel Arteta is going to go with. And as I say again and again, please don't let your bias affect these decisions, because I would love to see Nicolas Pepe there. I called it even in the game versus Slavia Prague. He had a poor game against Liverpool, let's be honest, he did. But the fact is, you have to play him against Slavia Prague, give him the opportunity, give him that confidence. He's someone that's been very good in the Europa League. Play him that match, I'll play him in this match. I would like to see him on the left-hand side, because I think Cedric Soares and Nicolas Pepe have a very good relationship when it comes to overlapping, knowing each other's decisions, and I thought they were both doing on the right hand side very well. So now it's time to do it on the left hand side, and with Nicolas Pepe being a left footer, he's someone that can both cut inside, and with this weaker foot starting to get a bit better, and someone that's putting more focus on his weaker foot as well, why not play Nicolas Pepe there? And that's something I would love to see Mikel Arteta do, and hopefully I think that he's going to do that, and that's something I would do as well if it's my predicted lineup. So now we're going to move into the centre attacking midfield option, and it's either the likes of Emil Smith-Rowe, the likes of Martin Odegaard, or maybe Dani Ceballos to get the opportunity to play in the number 10 role. But for me, really, it's going to be one man, and that's Emil Smith-Rowe. But there's an opportunity that he might not be playing, as confirmed by Arsenal just 2 or 3 hours ago, confirming the latest team news, and he will be maybe in contention. But I think if Mikel Arteta has to change it, then change the whole formation around. Play a 3-4-3 formation. Forget the realistic opportunity on playing at number 10. Play with the 3 at the back, 3-4-3. But I'm going to go into my predicted lineup. But if it's either between Smith-Rowe and Ceballos, because Odegaard looks very unlikely, and maybe Smith-Rowe is unlikely as well. So for that decision, I think Dani Ceballos might get the opportunity to play in the number 10 role, but I'm just going to say Smith-Rowe. But if he's injured, then probably Ceballos will be playing in that position. So now we're going to move to the right winger role, and pretty much I don't have to say too much about this opportunity. It's either Nicolas Pepe or Bukayo Saka. Those are the 2 good right wingers, and Nicolas Pepe is already playing on the left hand side, so why not play Bukayo Saka on the right hand side? And he's going to be a mainstay in that attack, someone that I wish we hope to build around, because Mikel Arteta has claimed that it doesn't matter who the players are, anyone is risk at losing their place in the team, and anyone is at risk at losing their opportunity to play for the Gunners ever again. So maybe Bukayo Saka might be sold, but that's what the reports are saying. Some people are saying fake news, but you just have to say that hopefully he doesn't have that decision. That's the only thing that's in my mindset. Hopefully Mikel Arteta doesn't think of selling Bukayo Saka, because that's someone that I would love to see this team be built around, someone that's a generational talent, and that's something that all I can say about him. But he has to be a bit more clinical in front of goal, because I saw a little bit of dip in form in my opinion. I think many people didn't clock that because it was overshadowed by certain other aspects, but he has been in a dip in form recently, and hopefully he can be a bit more clinical, and Sheffield United is a better place to get the opportunity, even though Arsenal haven't won there in a very long time. So now we're going to move to the striker role, and there's 3 players pretty much that can play in that position. The likes of Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, the likes of Alexandre Lacazette, and the likes of Gabriel Martinelli. And with the likes of Folarin Balogun probably going to sign a new 4-year deal, I would love to see Balogun given an opportunity for him to commit his future for the Gunners, for him to say that, look, I want to stay at the Gunners, I want to be part of this rebuild, I want to be someone that wants to play in that striker role, play alongside my teammates such as Bukayo Saka for instance. So why not play following Balogun, but really and truly, let's play Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, and that's what I think Mikel Arteta is going to do. He made the bold decision to not play Aubameyang, and it did cost him at the end of the day, because if Alexandre Lacazette didn't get the opportunity that he did get, and Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang actually got the opportunity, he is putting that in the back of the net. Let's be honest, then 9 times out of 10 you'll see that in the back of the net. And Lacazette, he went for position, he went for perfectness, and he wasn't perfect at all, because he really was hitting the crossbar. It was a perfect opportunity to get a perfect goal, to get a perfect start, and we can't do anything about it, unfortunately, and we have to keep moving on as Arsenal fans, and we have to put all our prayers for the game versus Slavia Prague. But I think Mikel Arteta is going to go with Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. So now I'm going to give you my brief overview of the players that I want to see in my predicted lineup. In terms of the goalkeeper, that will be Bernd Leno. But I want to say the main part is play a 3-4-3 formation. And that's what I really want to see Mikel Arteta do, because it worked for the FA Cup win. We were struggling for goals. We can get goals at certain moments. We're struggling defensively now because we haven't had a clean sheet in now so many games now. And why not play a 3-4-3 formation? It's the best opportunity to score. Have the opportunity to play against a team that's struggling to score as well, in the form of Sheffield United. And for me, I would love to see the likes of Cedric Soares in the right winger role maybe, and play a 3-4-3 formation. So what I'll go with is, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my formation for the game versus Slavia Prague, and I'm going to be right back into my formation. I'm going to remove all these players and go into my formation. Give me 1 second. So we just looked at how Mikel Arteta could line up Arsenal, but I'm going to just give you my predicted lineup, and make sure you guys leave it in the comments if you guys disagree or agree with my predicted lineup. And I've mentioned it that I want to see the 3-4-3 formation, and I think Mikel Arteta should go with a 3-4-3 formation because it worked very well for us to get that FA Cup win. And I think with the situation we're in right now, with the likes of Kieran Tierney out injured, and he's probably not going to feature at all, change the formation, because we were very reliant upon Kieran Tierney, and it's time for us to change the formation. So in terms of the goalkeeper, that's Bernd Leno. That's quite easy for us. We're going to choose him straight away. But now we're going to look at this back three. And Mikel Arteta, if he wants to play Gabriel Magalhaes, then he can happily play him in the left centre-back position, because if he wants to see Gabriel Magalhaes, then he can play him in the left centre-back position. Now in terms of the right centre-back position, I'm going to go with Callum Chambers. And the reason being, he's a right back that has been playing for the Gunners as well, but at the same time he is a centre-back by trade, so why not play him in the right centre-back position? And the reason being the fact that Mikel Arteta can change the formation accordingly to his plan. Like the way Bukayo Saka and Kieran Tierney were playing is the fact that when Bukayo Saka went forward, Kieran Tierney will also come forward, so they have 4 at the back pretty much, and Kieran Tierney will start bombing forward and it will change to a 4. So I think Mikel Arteta can do that, but this time on the right hand side. So watch how I'm going to express this, and hopefully you guys agree with me. And in terms of the main centre back position, I want to see Pablo Mari there, but the only other option is Rob Holding. But if Mikel Arteta thinks that he needs a more physical player, then go with Rob Holding. And the fact that when it comes to Rob Holding, he's someone that can play in that position, but also when it comes to Pablo Mari's contract situation, I think Mikel Arteta has that always in the back of his mind, and that's the reason he's not been playing Pablo Mari. And I really do want to see Pablo Mari, but I don't think he's getting the opportunity due to his contract situation. So now, in terms of the right wing back position, and I'm sorry Bellerin, but I want to see Cedric Soares there. Mikel Arteta has admitted it, that he is a very attacking player. He offers a lot more offensively rather than defensively, and he said the fact that Hector Bellerin is more of a defensive player, which I really do not agree with, because he is always out of position, and I do like to see Cedric Soares there because I think he has a good balance in terms of attack and defence. So now, in terms of the right winger, we know clearly that's going to be Bukayo Saka. And in terms of the 2 centre mids, we're going to go with Granit Xhaka, because he's going to be a mainstay in the midfield until the end of the season, and Thomas Partey. And the reason being because Thomas Partey is probably our best centre mid, and he's going to definitely play in that position. So in terms of the left striker, I'm going to go with Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, because that's a pretty much easy option, because Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang is someone that can offer a lot. If he puts the mindset, he puts the passion, he puts the commitment, and he puts the confidence in his abilities, and we can have a good prolific goal scorer until the end of the season. And this is the formation I want to play against Sheffield United. And in terms of the left winger role, I'm going to go with the likes of maybe Nicolas Pepe, Willian, certain players that can play in that position, but I would like to see the likes of nicolas pepe playing in that left winger role. And the fact is, he can offer both on the right hand side and he can offer both on the left hand side if he has the opportunity, give him the opportunity. And in terms of the left winger role, and this is the big problem, left wing back role, this is my problem. What is Mikel Arteta going to offer? And I will see Bukayo Saka there if he wants to. So I'll say if you want Bukayo Saka there, we go with him. But in just this game, because say Emil Smith-Rowe's out, say Martin Odegaard's out, say Dani Ceballos is not good enough to play in the number 10 role, we have to change the formation and go with the 3-4-3 system. It worked for us before, and why not go for it now? And I think if Mikel Arteta goes with maybe Bukayo Saka on the left-hand side, so say we have Bukayo Saka on the left-hand side, and we change the nicolas pepe and put maybe a Gabriel Martinelli, and then on the right hand side put nicolas pepe, then I think we got a very solid formation in my opinion. Go with the 3-4-3 formation. And also Mikel Arteta can do what some people AC Milan have put in, where they put two attacking midfielders, more like an inverted left winger / right winger, who more or less cut inside and let the fullbacks overlap. So this is a formation I'd love to see Mikel Arteta just implement once. Have a trial against Sheffield United. If it doesn't work in the first 45 minutes or so, change the formation, go back to what we used to, and then that will still give us confidence for the game against Slavia Prague. So I would love to see Mikel Arteta go with this formation. Make sure you guys leave in the comments below if you want to see this as well, because I want to see this 100%, because I think we can have a lot to offer, because with the current situation, no Kieran Tierney, no David Luiz, certain players are missing. We can adapt the formation. This can turn into a 4 easily with Bukayo Saka moving to the left back. But you can clearly see that maybe Granit Xhaka can definitely shift back to the left back position. We've seen him do that before, where he drops back deep and let Bukayo Saka to roam freely, and then put Partey in the midfield by himself, because he was pretty much by himself in the game versus Liverpool, because Dani Ceballos was non-existent. If Mikel Arteta hopefully goes with this formation just once, just try it out. He knows the formation, he's done it before. Go with this formation. If Mikel Arteta can do this, I'll really see what it can offer. But make sure you guys comment below what you think about this formation. But other than that, guys, remain blessed, stay tuned for the next video, and peace.